Hello class, this is a video tutorial on the hyperbola or inverse proportions or variation functions. Two variables x and y are inversely proportional when their product is a constant. So our two variables x and y, if we multiply them, giving us when we multiply them and it gives us the same constant every time, it is inversely proportional. Or as a function, we can say y is inversely proportional to x. If we have this scenario, y is inversely proportional to x, we can say y is equal to k over x, or as a function f of x equals k on x. The result of this relation between the two variables is, as one variable increases, the other decreases proportionally. So I'll show you what this means here. Well, if we let y equal 1, okay, there we are. I'll grab my calculator here just so you can see what will happen. Now, if we double x, what will happen to y? Well, if it's now going to be 1 over 2, y is equal to half. Oops, sorry, let me write that more neatly. Notice how when we double y, that's times 2, this divided by 2. This is what it means when one increases, the other decreases proportionally. Let's do it again. If x is equal to 3, y becomes 1/3. Notice how with this relation, when x tripled, that's times by 3, y divided by 3. This is what it means when it's proportional to each other. One more time, when x equals 4, we get y is equal to 1/4. I hope you see the pattern. That's times by 4. This is divide by 4. Now, if we go the other direction, if we halve x, that's divided by 2, what do you think will happen to y? It's going to be 1 over 1/2. It'll give us 2. This times by 2. So it's inversely proportional. When one halves, the other doubles. When one doubles, the other halves. So from 1 to 1/3, that's a division by 3. If you do 1 over x, which is now 1/3, this will give us 3. I'm hoping you're really beginning to see the pattern here. You can probably guess that this one's going to be 4. So this is what it means when one variable is inversely related to the other. Let's do a scenario involving this. A shed can be built in 12 hours by 3 builders. The number of builders n is inversely proportional to the amount of time t hours. Let's write an equation for this. Well, earlier we said when y is inversely proportional to x, it becomes y equals k on x. For this, n is inversely proportional to t. Well, we can say then n is equal to k on t. We know what the values are though, because we have t is equal to 12 and n builders is equal to 3. We can substitute these values. So n is equal to 3. Let's move it here actually. N is equal to 3 is equal to k over t is 12 hours. Solving for k, we get times by 12 on both sides, we get 36 is equal to k. So, substituting k back into our original equation, the final equation is going to be n is equal to 36 over t. Or as a function, we can let this n of t is equal to 36 over t. Calculate how many builders would be required to finish in 9 hours. 9 hours, we're being told t is equal to 9. So n of 9 is equal to 36 over 9. N will be equal to 36 divided by 9 is 4 builders. How long will it take 2 builders to finish? So we're being told n of t is equal to 2. So we're being told how many builders it will take. So now it will be 2 is equal to 36 on t. Solving for t, we get 2t is equal to 36. T is equal to 18 hours. Now let's graph this inverse variation. So in this case, we normally have x and y. And now we have t for time and n for builders. So our equation is y is equal to, sorry, not y, it's n is equal to 36 on t. Let's grab our calculator here. So let's start substituting. When t is equal to 1, that's going to be 36 divided by 1. That's just 1. Next one's going to be 36 divided by 2. It's going to give us 18. 36 divided by 3. 12. 36 divided by 4. 9. 36 divided by, 5. 7.2. 36 divided by 6 is 6. 36 divided by 7 is 5.14. Close enough. 36 divided by 8 is 4.5. And 36 divided by 9 is going to be 4. Plotting all these points, we will get, sorry, I totally messed up here. This should be 36, not 1. 36 divided by 1 is 36. So let's plot these points. 1, 36. 1 hour is 36 builders. 2 hours is 18 builders. 2 hours is 18. That's around about here. 3 hours is 12. 3 hours is 12. 4 hours is 9. 4 hours is around about, that's 5. It's 10. 9 is about here. 5 is 7.2. Oh goodness. That's 6. 7 is about here, close enough. 8 is 4.5. Oh, sorry, 6 is 6. That's very straightforward. 6 is going to be here. 7 is 4.5. That's 4.5 is about here. 9 is exactly 4. Alright, so graphing all these points, trying to join them as smoothly as we can. Should be a smooth transitioning graph. like so. Obviously, it's very difficult. If we continue onwards, actually, it's going to go like this. As for going back in the other direction, it should move up faster like this. So I hope that gave you an insight into the inverse variation function, which is also known as the hyperbola. Hope to see you in the next video. Best of luck.